Very good afternoon. I am Puramdari, and I'm very happy to be here with you today. And it's very nostalgic for me today because in this hotel, 25 years back, I had opened a small handicraft counter, thinking that we can promote handloom handicraft. Starting with my career as a handloom handicraft, then I moved on to United Nations, was here, became the president of World Bamboo Organization, still working for bamboo sector. If I talk about bamboo, is wah. We all know wah, we know what is wah. It's a timber substitute today. And if you see the world to be green, is bamboo that can help the Manipur particularly. So today I will have a lot of slides to share with you, but my whole intention is to bring economic independence to the people of Manipur, how we can sell the culture, how we can sell our local ethnic food, our culture, everything using bamboo as a tool. And one of my few works which I have done is being the founder of the World Bamboo Day. What I have learned during my stay in East Timor, I worked in East Timor and I did build a bamboo institute there, which is owned by the government now. The moment you land the aircraft, buy local, build Timor-Leste. With this in mind, I said, why not? Buy local, why don't we build Manipur? Why don't we build Northeast? But what do we have? This is the area of bamboo. I will not go into scientific application of bamboo. But culturally, bamboo is a wood for the poor, the Chinese call the friends of the people, the Vietnamese call friends, and the Thai call the flexible but strong. So this is about bamboo, but we call wah. Wah means like in Korbok language, in Dimasa language, even in Myanmar. I'm very comfortable with it because I wah we understand. So this is how we can flash a light from food to our handicraft, to scaffolding, to structures. Here in my thing, I'll just go through what is bamboo. This is some of the, as a plant. Now plantation is taking place. We are looking at wild bamboo. We pulp it, we make agarbatti stick. As a culture, it is part of a culture. We know that bamboo, how much culture implication we have bamboo. But e-commerce we have in bamboo. In agriculture we use bamboo. In bamboo architecture we have, in fact, the houses, you know what is a Naga house, what is a Kuki house, what is a Meitei house, we know by the architecture of bamboo. There is a furniture which is very famous, which is in China. Then in bamboo fencing we know the sambal or we use bamboo. Mat board, these are the other implications of bamboo baskets. We know the Anami has a good basket, and many people have got Nestle award in bamboo baskets. And what I'm saying that very much part of our culture. And bamboo in women, very important, like how much bamboo and women they are represented. This is a patchoy making long, you see in the market. So this is a complete village making bamboo. So now looking all these things, how I want to confine how to sell bamboo. These are the slides I used from the NID. Now bamboo is a knowledge, it's been shared all over the world. You talk about global environment, you talk about the global warming, bamboo grows every 3 years, timber takes 25 years. So it has benefit. People are going for knowledge, the books, the learners are there. Flooring we use for timber substitute, a charcoal we use in various applications. What I'm trying to show that bamboo shoots, bamboo bear in China, every part of bamboo can be used. So much economic potential. Now we are also going for tissue culture to propagate bamboo. In the future, so this I have used from MP Ranjan's NID. Now what we can use bamboo as a tool to promote the local economy, particularly if I look at Manipur. Use of local people, use of local materials, showcase local custom, and also showcase local architecture. What is that? When we make a bamboo cottage, the people are involved. Local participants are there. Use of local raw material, you are not bringing from outside. These are some of the structures I built in Kaziranga. They are the cottages made of bamboo, 100% roofing is bamboo, the walling is bamboo. So all local material there is a good for a tourist. They want to stay in the eco-friendly cottages, not in like a concrete house. This is got the Lonely Planet award this last year in Difru Lodge, again made of bamboo. These are bamboo cottages and selling around 10,000 per night. So I can tell you that there is value for this kind of product. So it is again different types of bamboo. So bamboo is used for economic security, food security, livelihood security. So these are some model structures. Even Iora, there is a 5-star hotel using bamboo as a structure. Then capacity building. In fact, what is a Hornbill Festival now. In fact, I started there working, making the first bamboo cafeteria before the Hornbill started. This is one of the pictures in 2004. These are a training program which is very important in the bamboo sector. What I would like to share is the international success of, in Japan or in Thailand or in Indonesia, in Cambodia. They have the one village, one product model. So this is one idea I would like to share with all these participants here. If this idea can be infused to Manipur or try to sell this product as one village, one model, how it will be beneficial to us. Like one of the, we call auto or tourism village, one cabin, one product. Every village is identified and each village makes a particular product. They have a tourist resort, they have cottages, and even they are categorized into star category. Star 1, star 2, star 3, like 5-star hotel. They have been graded. And there are also certification done by the village level, by the local people. This is one model which is not far away from Chiang Mai, or which if you fly, like it may be even 1.5 hours from Imphal directly. So these are the places where I would like to share that in Vietnam. See a model of Vietnam. I have gone there with a dedication. People are selling handicrafts. It's a village. They are enjoying the local food. Agarbatti stick are made there. It comes to India. We have bamboo, but we are getting agarbatti stick from Vietnam. So it's a sad story. What we have resources, we are burning it, we are zooming it, we are not utilizing it. This is in Vietnam. It's a cluster. It's a village. The whole family is engaged in making bamboo baskets, and it goes to Europe. It is exported. This is again in Thailand, in Chiang Mai. It's a village. Every village, one village is making only the lamp set, one village is making only the container for this thing. There's umbrella museum, people go to see umbrella, how they make, how they print process. So I mean that there are so many things we can sell to the public. This is I think place in Chiang Mai. There's a Korean tribe, it's refusing. My wife is just sitting here. She was trying to pound rice, and then we have to pay around 50,100 baht. In Indonesia, you go cycling in the paddy field, they charge $100. Lot of things and people goes there to do farming, they have to pay. But I mean, we can say a lot of things which, like this is again the Sikkim village, this is ethnic village there. Every tribe, they are selling handloom, they are selling basketry. So this is the kind of model, this is very natural to northeast or Manipur. We have a lot of places like this where this is China. China again, slightly in the slice. They are doing many machines and all. But what I want to share is Anji County. Anji County is the bamboo county in the world. And this is the revenue they are earning from bamboo ecotourism. So these are the models where we have bamboo, we are not been utilizing. Again, Anji County is the most mountainous county. It was poor. After 25 years of rapid bamboo development, the annual bamboo output has gone this much and the earning has gone richer. It's called a rich man timber in China. So what can be intervention in Manipur if I had to share with you? Craft tours, health and medical tours, bamboo ecotourism, homestay, food and wine tour, community tourism, and also what is more important is the Imphal city beautification. To my mind, while when I land up, it looks like a war cemetery. Every Lakai has a cemetery ground. It looks very, bad to a tourist, that's what I feel. But what is more important is to beautify Imphal city and also creation of homestay. We don't have enough hotel. Thanks to Classic Hotel, we have a very good places. This kind of we can build a lot of homestays. For Nagalanders, when they have the Hornbill Festival, thousands of people go there. They all go for homestay. But here we have only one Shanghai festival. We can have this festival throughout the year. For few of my interventions in bamboo cycle, we launched in Imphal, we launched in Shillong, even in Chennai. The minister riding the bamboo bicycle. Now the problem is that where do we manufacture? We are still training people. So this is one area we want to launch for ecotourism. But what is more important is the bamboo coffin, which is again I'm going to launch very soon in Meghalaya. See, when a person dies, how much money do you spend on a coffin? It's endless. This is status symbol. At the same time, you are also cutting timber and you are not using bamboo. So with bamboo, we are trying to make bamboo coffin. We are collaborating with our partners from Bangladesh who are exporting all over the world. So this is one area we would like to intervene with the society, with the community to make bamboo coffin. Another thing which we did was building in bamboo, which I did a workshop last year. And I'm very happy today when I was going for a walk in the morning, this bamboo gazebo I saw inside this campus. What I'm happy today is that at least there are some people following the design and trying to make here. This is inside a campus of Classic Hotel. So what I did a workshop last year in Kangla, they are replicating. And they said they get good orders. So things are taking place, whatever I am trying to help the state or the economy. This is in Bhutan. This is a big craft bazaar we have created in the heart of Thimphu. There are 80 bamboo shops selling handicraft. This is just opposite Taj Hotel. This is in East Timor where I have worked there. First time I landed there was no hotel. I had to stay in a ship. So there was a shortage of hotel because all the event I was with the United Nations, I had gone there for the bamboo development there. So the next time I went, there were no hotels still, but people are living in this kind of, these are containers. These are coming from Australia. So these are being converted into hotels, into rooms, and it's all with AC with attached bathroom. And I was paying around $15 to $25 per night. What I did coming back to India, created this similar model in Kaziranga with an entrepreneur. And now the inside looks like this, the interiors with bamboo. What I'm doing here, you can just take the bamboo cottage and put anywhere. Now on this, even I'm fitting a solar lamp. It's 100% energy free. So this is an interior of a bamboo cottage made out of container. Another creation which I said about World Bamboo Day, 18th September every year is celebrated as World Bamboo Day. It all started when I was the president of World Bamboo Organization in Bangkok in 1999, where the governor of Bangkok, myself, and with the participants from 136 countries, we declared World Bamboo Day. Now it is celebrated all over the world. All over the world, is from Europe to America or from Australia or even in Indonesia, any country you go, we are celebrating World Bamboo Day. This is one thing I think I have been able to contribute. Why? People doesn't remember bamboo. You talk in many forums, but one day in a year, people remember bamboo, and it is already being shared. And next year, I did in Kohima, in Kisama village. The vice president was there. This is the bamboo instrument. These are from Kerala. These are from Meghalaya. This is from Nagaland. They're singing the bamboo song. What I'm trying to do is to create bamboo in the culture, in the lifestyle, in food, in music, in many areas where bamboo can play. Now another area which I'm working is that recently we created this World Bamboo Summit Forum. We recently completed this in 21st and 22nd April in Saigon. What I'm seeing is in the world today, people are shifting towards discussion in researchers and not much happening on the trade. To facilitate the trade, we created this World Bamboo Summit Forum, which we recently did in Vietnam. These are some of the pictures in Vietnam, where a lot of speakers come from all over the world. And there we are trying to create a platform for bamboo industry to discuss about bamboo and to create a platform. So this is the Korean delegation. We have the World Bamboo Fair coming up next year in Korea. So they are a delegation and we thought of having a global bamboo fair there also. Some of my projects which I am trying to do is wild grass. I'm working with a group of people who are in the marketing, and I'll be happy to tell you that in this project, already there are inquiries from Dubai and Muscat to make bamboo ecotourism cottages. These are some of the samples, how it looks like. We have used this in the World Bamboo Congress in Belgium. So these are from bamboo, but they're using bamboo from China. We have a lot of bamboo. These are outdoor seating and all. These are some resorts in Indonesia, where I can build this near Loktago in the water body. These are the examples we can do that. So the idea is the wild grass model is a chain of resorts which we are trying to work with a bank, Yes Bank and some other bank. We are giving end-to-end solution right from construction of the bamboo cottage, marketing, making the menu, even advertising, even booking everything. So this we will be launching very soon on the wild grass model, and this is coming up very fast. But my marketing people says that, sir, let's start in Dubai and in Muscat, then we come back to India. So I feel that people outside are accepting bamboo more than what we are in this part of the world. Another area where I am working is in Myanmar. This is a picture in Bagan. Bagan must be from here to Mandalay. Mandalay to Bagan is around 80 kilometers kind of road. Here in the evening, people come here just to take photography of the sunset. And in this Bagan, there are around 5,000 pagodas. There's a ballooning going on, there's cycling going on. Thousands of tourists come by flight, by chartered flight, all the way from all over the world. Now, having so close, why can't we use Manipur as a destination, as a gateway to link with this tourist community there? This is some idea which I would like to share with you. We don't have to bring tourists all the way from India. If I tell you honestly, who are the biggest tourists here in Manipur today? It is Indian Army, it is CRPF, it is a paramilitary. They come in truck, they come in bus loads, they stay in the best places, they are the most clean places, they are people to stay. What I am saying is that not negative. What I am saying is that when they go back, they buy some Manipuri sari, they buy some shawl, they buy some furniture, at least they are a good way of promoting bamboo or handicraft. If the Indian Army can come in truck loads or train loads, why can't the tourists come here and also have the same facilities like the Indian Army? See, this is sunset in Bagat. So people are climbing on top. What I was standing was on top of the temple. So just for the sunset, you can see thousands of people gathered there to take a glimpse. It's not far from Manipur, this place I'm talking about. Now, what I have seen also, selling the paintings and also handicraft and bamboo handicrafts. Now, for us, what we do? If I want to sell a handicraft product, I have to go to Delhi Hub, I have to go to Indian Trade Fair. So, why the market doesn't come here? Why we have to take the market to the mainland? My idea is that everybody can sell. And these are kind of samples like you see near Manipur in Myanmar, the thriving tourism industry based on bamboo and other things. Now, if I show you some of the best work in the world that is taking place, these are the best work of art. Closely for Roxton. He is a German guy settled in Colombia. These are the bridges he has built in Colombia. It's a mind-boggling. But if I come back to India, what will we say? This is not in the PWD manual. I can't make it. If I want to make a cottage, if I want to make a building also, the first thing I hear is that it is not in the PWD manual. Sarkar is not there in the manual. You can't build a bamboo. But what he has done more is the green school in Bali. So these are the marvels of architecture being done on bamboo. And we are the best artisans. We are the best craftsmen. Like when I was in Vietnam in Hanoi, one fine day I read newspaper. We need leaders for artisans. We have enough bamboo or craftsmen. There are craft villages in Vietnam doing very well. So they are trying to promote leadership and artisans also. So this is the green school, world's most green school, the green school Bali, been owned by a friend called Mr. John Hardy. This is the inside the classroom, the toilet, and people go there to learn and study bamboo there in this school. Bamboo has become an attraction as a green material. This is inside the school, a green shop is there. This is a classroom, ATM, again made of bamboo. But if I tell you, these bamboos are treated bamboo. When I talk of bamboo, the first question I ask, no, this is all treated. These are all chemically processed. What I am saying is that if you medically process, if you take care, bamboo becomes timber. And it is all you can generate within 3 to 4 years. What we see in our market health today, this is the condition of what we see in Manipur. People selling baskets with this thing. So we need to grow, we are much behind, but we have so much with us, so much with potential we can sell. Lai Haroba is a festival, Kansingba is a festival, so many festivals we can create. We can have people staying in the villages, eat the local food, let them go on bicycle, let them go on, and let them also pay money in dollars to the people of Manipur. Because Manipur needs a quick change. But if I talk of big industries, it may take 10 years, it may not happen. But ecotourism as such, it will not take time. It's the mindset of people. Myself and my family, we have suffered. I was also one of the victim of the insurgency. I had a lot of problems. My wife has to leave her job. We are settled in Guwahati, but still, our hearts are with Manipur. We want to come back and help. Whatever expertise I have learned with the global networking I have all over across the world, I can bring the best designers, I can bring the best architect on bamboo. If people are willing to have a fresh start, using just bamboo as one start. Rest reforms will come, connectivity will come, but we have to make a beginning. So this is my life, my experience, how bamboo has become part of my life. Right now, I am also struggling to fight on an issue on is it bamboo a grass or a timber. It's the biggest important thing today. You can't cut a bamboo in Maharashtra. You can't take out a bamboo from Karnataka, from the forest. You can't take a mainland. You can't carry from Nagaland bamboo to Delhi. You need a permit. Now the question is that if it's a grass, why you need a permit? So big challenge is in front of me. Why bamboo should not be declared as a grass? Why the Indian Forest Act of 1927 is applicable to bamboo? Why it is still with the forest? You can't cut bamboo and take it out. So there are legal issues. That's why I am also fighting for reform in bamboo sector, so that bamboo becomes common. People can set up industries. We talk about Chinese model, we talk about different country model. Why can't we replicate? The issue is that the reforms are not available. People are talking in forums, they go back. But today we need a change. Bamboo should be treated as a grass, and it should be made available anyone who wants to start an industry, who wants to take up a bamboo-based product. So technology is not very high. India is known for space technology or rocket technology, but why we are lagging behind bamboo technology is a questionable thing today. We have discussed so many forums. I have shown you pictures where things have gone in Vietnam or Indonesia. It has gone very well, but why not here? We have a similar food habit, we have a similar culture. People want to come and learn about Manipur. People want to stay here, but why it is stopping? But it's only to decide how we can take bamboo forward. Thank you so much.